Going on, everybody? So a pretty tough way to start this video. So it looks like Lincoln Riley said a couple days after the game versus Minnesota that the Big Ten did admit to him that there was no real evidence that should have them change that call, at least the referees at the game. So there was no like indisputable video evidence because they did not call a touchdown on the play, but then they said they looked at it and they said there was a touchdown, even though you can't see when the quarterback is sneaking and then the ball ends up becoming loose towards the middle of the play before the whistle blew and everything like that. So there was no evidence that you could see that he did cross the line or anything like that. So they said they're wrong. Of course, that does nothing for us as usual, but I guess we just have to deal with it. And their fans gloating about this for a little next couple of weeks. And then, yes, Eric Gentry did miss that game, and I kind of thought he might have just missed this one game and that was it, but it looks like his injury might keep him out a little bit longer, and it might look like he might be looking to redshirt too, which is pretty interesting that Lincoln Riley brought up as well. Maybe his injury is that bad that even if he does come back, it might be towards the end of the season. We're already pretty much midway through as of right now. So I don't know, maybe that leaves the door open for the linebacker last week who said he was going to redshirt in Rajon Davis, to come back for his senior year. Maybe he ends up coming back and playing and having like a pseudo starting role to come in first off the bench and all that stuff. Definitely still play some special teams, you never know, but we'll see how this situation ends up playing out. And then the only bright spot, I guess, about this last weekend's game was PFF did put Woody Marks as like the number 4 highest graded running back in week 6, so that was cool to see. But yeah, congrats to him and some of the guys on the team who did step up during that game. And then Juju Watkins been on a pretty nice hot start right here before the season gets on going, especially NIL. Why she did sign a recent extension with her Nike shoe deal, and I think it's one of the largest contracts in women's basketball history. So congrats to her. She definitely deserves it. She's a baller, so hopefully she just ends up getting more motivated to become true baller status. And then, yeah, I think she also did sign a deal with Gatorade too, which I was kind of surprised she hasn't already been on there. But yeah, she made another NIL deal, so not mad about her making her money. Definitely deserves it. And once again, ladies and men out there trying to go to college, come to USC. If you are that good, you will get NIL deals and make some money while still playing for your school. So let's go. And Juju Smith-Schuster on Monday Night Football did have 7 catches for 130 yards, so he finally blew up. I think it's his first time he's done those type of numbers in the past handful of years, so that was pretty cool to see. And then, yeah, there was a little bit of injury news update with Michael Pittman Jr., the ex-USC wide receiver with the Colts. Looks like he's dealing with a back injury, which could keep him out for multiple weeks. Don't know if he's exactly been put on IR, which keeps him off for 4 weeks guaranteed, but hopefully it's a little thing, nothing too serious. But yeah, sucks to see some of these guys go down from your school. And then, yeah, apparently Sam Darnold I guess his bye week came perfectly for the Minnesota Vikings because now he will be the tunnel captain for USC versus Penn State, where obviously he made his name well known when he beat Penn State in that Rose Bowl comeback victory. So yeah, that was obviously a great moment in all of our USC football lives. And then, yeah, but at least the guy who was the main quarterback at the time is coming back to lead them out. So hopefully that gives that team some little bit more motivation. And a couple of key recruits that are coming in some of the future classes like 2026 and 2027. An elite 2026 linebacker in Tyler Atkinson is going to be making his first visit to USC during Penn State. And also 2027 5-star quarterback Brady Edmonds is going to be visiting USC as well this weekend. So I kind of thought Edmonds might be going to Ohio State, but it looks like USC is jumping in on there and seeing if they can get him to commit at some point in the next couple of years. But at least they're doing their homework and got him on campus for a big matchup. So hopefully they can show out for a lot of these recruits coming in, not only next year, but in future years as well. And this is a pretty big weekend because they do have a lot of very talented guys coming in this weekend. And right now they are ranked, according to On3, number 3 in the Big Ten. So maybe if they get a couple of flips from other schools in the conference or around the country, and some talented players as well from a nice upset victory over the number 4 team, in the country in Penn State, then maybe they can move up in not only the Big Ten rankings, but the overall recruiting rankings as well. Because I think they ended up dropping out of the top 10 because Miami or someone like that moved up a couple spots. So either way, they can move themselves back up in the top 10. And 4-star basketball guard Caden Magwood has set up a USC visit. Did not get the exact date, but either way, you're still looking at talented guys. So hopefully they have a chance in that recruiting game. Then when it came to House of Victory, yes, they did sign one of their top women's volleyball players, Allie Battenhorst, which I thought she may have already signed to it, but I guess not. But she wears number 14, so obviously she's one of my favorite players and obviously played very well. She was that big-time transfer from Nebraska, I believe, that was in the portal. So very happy to have her on the team. Yeah, they did suffer a loss, but I guess I'll get into that in a little bit. But either way, congrats to her. And then, yes, the women's soccer team, they are supposedly ranked number 1 in the Big Ten when it comes to their standings, but for some reason, number 19 in the coaches poll. So I don't really know. I don't see the full poll, so I don't know if any Big Ten team is ahead of them. That would be wrong if they are the number 1 team. But either way, hopefully they can climb up that coaches poll eventually in the next couple weeks. And speaking of that women's volleyball team, yes, they were up on the road to Oregon, and they ended up losing 0-3. First and third game were kind of close. That second game was like they should have won it. It was back and forth, and ended up losing that one even closer by like 2 points. So once you kind of fought that hard in the second game and were down 0-2, it was kind of tough to make that reverse sweep like they did last week against Michigan. But either way, starting off this road trip on a loss. I don't know exactly who they play next, but good luck to them either way. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Farão.